Yeah? Alright.
Nope.
What the fuck?
Technical difficulties.
Okay.
We'll leave that for the listening mystery.
Yes.
What the fuck was that?
Alright. So we're back. Me, Trapper, and Brian.
Me.
Yeah, there we go. I know a couple episodes ago we talked about changing the name. Talked about some D's.
The social variety.
Yes. But did some brainstorming and came up with
Well said, Brian.
a new, I feel like it's a better name. I think Trapper liked it.
It's not bad. Might be, too tedious for casual, not wanting to type things people to want to type, but
That's not our problem.
go ahead then.
That
Okay.
is your problem. Ooh. It's creating more problems.
Words are hard.
Okay, so the new name is going to be Ludophiliaxe.
Now, what does that mean?
Okay, so Ludo is shit.
Luda.
Basically, Ludo means play, and a ludophile is somebody that loves games and puzzles. And I figured that fits us well.
Nope.
We like games.
What do you mean, no?
I like puzzles.
Yeah, puzzles are awesome.
I like watching stuff too, though.
Well, then do some research, find a word that works, that encapsulates all of that.
But Brian, it's Ludophiliaxe in the end is spelled like axe.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I didn't mention.
What? Like,
The end is spelled like axe.
just about
Like an axe. Like
oh.
A-X-E.
That makes you like it fine, huh?
No.
You heard him say yep. I don't give a shit.
I think, you know how, when we mix the podcast
Uh-huh.
and the compression makes it so that everything is the same noise, and it also cuts out things that are really quiet,
Like what?
like background noise when we're not talking.
Yeah.
There needs to be an option to where it just deletes that part from the track, not just silences it completely.
Well, that's something you need to take up with Cubase.
Well, we need to find a plug-in for that because we pause it.
I love how by we you totally mean you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, if I come across something, I'll tell you to download it.
Yeah.
Okay. What does that have to do with the name?
Nothing. It just, the moment you started talking, that's what I was thinking about.
Oh.
And then I started talking like you. Then I was like, Trapper's the only one that can put thoughts together efficiently.
Yeah.
I am pretty good at that.
So yeah, you like the name, you don't like the name?
They're usually shallow thoughts, but
I am pretty good at that.
I don't know.
Yeah?
I thought social deprivation was good if you capitalized it.
It's too long.
Why?
'Cause?
But it makes sense.
Sound reasoning, Aaron.
It makes perfect sense. What are you guys going to talk about? Anything that could keep you in your room away from other people. Yeah.
This is true.
We should just name it Fuck Off Podcast.
I like that.
Or,
That was one of the ideas
or
thrown out there.
Or Airplane
Actually.
Mode Podcast.
Airplane Mode Podcast.
I'm a fan of Fuck Off Podcast. I really just don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, I have opinions, but it's not like I think it's the most important thing either.
Nah.
Okay.
What you drinking, Brian?
Yeah.
Mexican Coke.
Let me try that.
God damn it.
You ain't never had no fucking Mexican Coke before?
It's not a matter of whether I've had it or not.
That's just what I say whenever I want to drink off.
It could be like a glass of water. He'll be like, let me try that. So I started doing it back at him.
Okay. Alright. So, first topic of the day. The Visit.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever got that to Brian.
I did not get that to Brian.
No.
Brian, you see that?
No. Sounds familiar. What is that?
Recent horror movie from M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
And,
M. Shyamalan.
yeah, M. Shyamalan.
That's the most irritating joke.
What?
And no one says his name right, even though it's easy.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Same with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Mm. Yeah. The movie is about two kids, never met their grandparents.
Oh, you did tell me about this, and I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, they go and visit the grandparents.
Do you
grandparents
have, hold
are
on,
weird.
do you have interest in watching it?
Yeah.
Because we could always hold that for next week, Aaron. I know you really want to talk about it.
Well, we could.
But I really want to talk about Metal Gear, and you haven't beat that shit, so you're not one to bitch.
Alright, then. Alright, homework for all our viewers.
Watch The Visit.
Watch The Visit.
Got it.
Alright.
100% of your viewers.
All Brian of them. Oh, yeah, that was something else we discussed at the bar. He said, what should we call our viewers? And I said, Brian.
Yeah.
So they're all Brian.
They're all Brian.
Anybody who listens to this podcast
No matter
is Brian.
how many. Yeah.
That works for me, because half the time I go anywhere to order anything, they're like, okay, we're going to put it under Brian 2 for your order? Yeah. Good. No confusion this time.
Okay, since that's homework,
About to go into the Superman theme there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Voice acting.
What about it?
Well, okay, so the voice acting union for video game,
Yeah.
They have a union.
is possibly going to go on strike
I like onions.
to, you know,
Yeah, I know. They want to
get
have
better stuff.
Well, they want to have like 10% of the profit from the game or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that'll suck. That'll suck fucking balls if...
Why will that suck balls, Aaron?
Well, it'll hold back a whole bunch of fucking games.
No, it won't.
What do you mean, no, it won't?
You can just pay real actors 10%.
But they, like,
No, for the
they
money
use
that
real actors sometimes.
but for the money that they're asking for, that big of a percentage of the game, you could get like fucking A-list celebrities
Yeah.
in like every goddamn title if that was the stipulation.
Yeah, if you're not A-list, you're not a real actor.
Fuck Broadway.
I'm just being offensive.
No, I'm with you on that. Most,
You know-
most A-list actors become A-list actors because of their appearance, not because of their acting skill.
I think
Yeah.
Which leaves a lot of really, really damn talented actors just kind of on the back burner. I've been over that before with people when I talked about horror movies from the 80s and how the actors in those were so goddamn good at delivering the story and, you know, making you feel their tension and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're all ugly as shit,
Yeah.
but they were really good actors.
Yeah.
The world doesn't like ugly people. It's a...
But really,
It's tragic.
I mean, only ugly women are ugly.
You know a fucked up statistic?
Don't you watch, like, King of Queens or, you know, any of those shows?
Yeah.
I don't think only ugly women are ugly, but what else am I supposed to think?
That's what the TV has indoctrinated Brian to know.
Yeah.
Indeed. There's a
Give me one of those.
a statistic.
Yoink.
Basically, the uglier you are, the worse sentencing you'll get
Interesting.
in court, which is really fucked up. Like, the prettier you are, the less time you'll spend in jail.
Yeah, it's all a big Illuminati conspiracy. That's them trying to remove you from the breeding population, so you know they don't propagate ugliness
So,
throughout the
wait,
ages.
if you're uglier, then you get more time or less time?
More time.
Oh, no, that makes sense. It's just like you go to prison and the amount of rapes just equal out.
Go up if you're pretty.
Yeah, so it equals it out. Prison is... There's nothing wrong with prison. I mean, you know, they feed you, they give you a place to sleep, and they put you around like-minded individuals. The important thing is how many rapes you get, depending on your crime. So I feel like that's a statistic. Hopefully it's true. Makes sense.
It's terrible, Brian. It's terrible.
No, it's realistic. You're just negative.
I'm negative.
Don't you know how proud those prisoners are of their rapes? Tally marks on the bottoms of bunks and shit.
Have you guys ever seen the show Oz?
No.
No?
No.
You, Brian?
It's about a president, isn't it?
I've heard
Yeah.
about it.
It's about an experimental program in a prison called Emerald City. Yeah. It's a pretty good fucking show.
What's Oz come from?
Well, I mean, there was an Emerald City in the Wizard of Oz, wasn't there?
Well, yeah, but I can't remember if Emerald City is just something that the inmates and people call the place, or because I think Oz is just it's short for whatever the prison is called.
Okay.
Oh, like Oswald Correctional Facility.
Exactly, something like that. But yeah,
Sounds cool.
has some really good actors and stuff. It's a really good show.
Dead Man Wonderland, I read the whole manga, so...
Dead Man Wonderland?
It's a kind of a related theme, but, you know, it's way more... like, not realistic.
I can imagine. It's a manga.
Yeah. It's a good one.
All the men look like women.
Not all of them. And that's racist.
It's not racist.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
You got something against hand-drawn people?
I can sense, you know, your underlying racism with that statement. I know that you either think that all Japanese men look like women, or that all Japanese people only know how to draw women, and that's racist.
It's because you're Mexican, isn't it? The men don't have sombreros on them, they don't count?
They don't count.
That's some good dead air right there. You want to move on?
That is some good dead air right there. Okay. Alright.
You're welcome.
I got attacked by an empty bottle.
Well, okay, so do you think it's fair for the acting community to try and leverage this against the gaming?
No, not at all. I think they make a pretty fucking good penny off what they get. And a lot of these big game companies that have these, you know, huge multi-million-dollar earners are still paying a shit ton of people a shitload of money just to produce a goddamn game. Now, sure, they make a lot of profit off of it, but I think it's really greedy for the voice actors to be trying to push their weight to get that big of an increase.
And there's another thing they also want to come from this, is that video game companies can only use union or actors in the union.
That's no good.
Which is, you know, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan either.
I guess you'd have to be signed up with the union to be a participating company in that, if that's the case, because then you rule out all the little indie developers having their voice talent.
But that would also, you know,
What the hell is going on here? It's a
lighter. Nobody, like, okay, so if you weren't signed up with the union to be able to do that, then the union will then anybody that works for the union can't, you know, have like a little side project with somebody that, you know, it creates a lot of fucking complications for these companies that are already.
It's not like shit hasn't been working out well as it is. You know, they come in, they deliver their lines, you cut them a check, they get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So this is for all video games, or?
This is for
probably major publishing.
Yeah.
Major games.
At the moment.
And it's only video games. It's no other kind of media.
Yeah, it's not a. Basically, an example of what they want was the way Robert Downey Jr. He's paid for playing Iron Man. See, they don't pay him as much as he would normally be paid for the part initially, but he gets a percentage on the back end from what the movie makes and from the franchise. And so he's going to make a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, he makes absurd amounts of money, like
than,
$300 million per fucking picture or some shit like that.
Yeah, than he would normally get paid for just doing a part. And that's what they want to do with all the acting roles, or all the speaking roles in video games.
I don't think it's a good thing. I think that's going to really drop the amount of games that come out.
Yeah. Or it'll drop the amount of games that have voice acting. And I personally believe voice acting in video games is a fucking really important key element.
Well, no shit. It's the only real human element.
Yeah.
Other than just having the visage of the character there.
Yeah. And motion cap. And get those facial emotions.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what is the difference between voice acting for a video game versus like voice acting for like a cartoon or something?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I mean,
Seems pretty goddamn the same to me.
yeah.
So yeah, I'd be curious to look more into like.
I mean, there's elements of the recording that's different, like all the multiple takes for injuries and shit.
Well, yeah, but you still have, I mean,
Yeah, but
multiple takes, that's recording.
Yeah, but
That's recording anything.
That could still be like, okay, we need to have you getting wounded by a bullet in your shoulder. We're gonna need 20 takes of that, 20 different takes.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got you being hit in the lower abdomen. We're gonna need 20 different takes. In that way, it's more work than doing a TV show, because it's like, here's the script, this is what happens, this is how you respond,
Yeah.
and it's done. But is it worth that big of an increase that's gonna, stifle the fucking industry? I don't know. No, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they should be getting paid about the same as people who do
normal voice acting?
normal voice acting with a little bit of a bump for the extra sound effects and stuff like that. Like that should be two different things. Like
Yeah.
if you do dialogue, okay, you get paid the whatever the regular would be for that, and then if you also do sound effects, then that's another thing you could get paid for. Now I don't know if people who do voice acting for cartoons and stuff like that, like Disney and stuff like that, I don't know if they're paid like shit. So I'm not necessarily saying they should get paid the same, because it might be a situation where,
Well, I guarantee it all depends on the company.
Well, I mean, the voice actors aren't being paid like shit now. They're getting paid pretty well.
Do we know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty fucking lucrative industry.
and is that a percentage already, or?
No, I think they get
It's
a
mostly
flat pay.
Flat pay.
Yeah, I mean, 10% is
That's up to your, the handler or the agent or whatever to work out with the company.
10% is ridiculous, but when you constantly get roles for video games, I mean, I think it maybe messes with your head a little bit. They're just really reaching for the stars on this one.
Even as it is now, a lot of companies that have had, decent voice acting, like really decent voice acting, the Saboteur is one that I go back to a lot. The voice acting was pretty goddamn good in that. It didn't save it. The company went bankrupt before the game even came out. So if you got them demanding a huge percentage, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more smaller dev companies going bankrupt.
Yeah.
Because now they have something that they have to meet, and then whatever dividends they do manage to make off of the game, a portion has to go to that person instead of going to bolstering their development team.
Yeah.
Do like regular actors have a union somehow?
Yeah.
Huh.
They even have a guild.
Yeah. Stage Actors Guild.
Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about this. It just seems fucking weird because it's such a like.
Why do you think you keep seeing like the
And there's-
same goddamn people in big movies?
Yeah, and there's also fucking writers fucking unions and all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess I had heard about.
Remember
When they
what
went
was
on
that?
strike, it fucking hurt everything.
Yeah, it fucked a lot of stuff up.
A lot of shows were irreparable after that because you had other people trying to fill,
Yeah.
the dialogue.
You had a bunch of scabs in there.
I think it's good to an extent, but like I just find myself thinking it's for pure entertainment. So like, of course, pay the people the money they deserve based on what the viewers want to see.
Yeah. But
I mean,
I feel like there's a point in every job where you're anything that you can do where you're getting paid, where it's just like you're getting paid enough to live. Why are you fucking bitching about it?
I'd like to know what Troy Baker thinks about it
yeah,
That'd be interesting.
because he's like top of the fucking industry
Yeah,
right now
he's
with
in-
voice acting.
Every fucking thing.
he's the man. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they should get some percentage based on sales, not 10, obviously, but like, here you got paid for your work, and then also
5% of 300 million is a lot of fucking money. So
right, and there's everyone else. With a video game, like that's so many people to consider. But like, yeah,
I would think that a video game has a lot more people working on it and getting paid from it than a movie does.
yeah. I mean, that's why they're like $60 when they come out. I mean,
Yeah.
shit.
It's just a lot broader of an area that the money has to fucking spread around to. So not everybody's getting necessarily what they deserve.
On the other hand, if video games are $66 versus $60 when they come out, I don't really fucking care.
But there would still be those people that would, like if one game company decided to do that, they would get fucking the shit torn out of them on the internet. And,
didn't that just or something like that just happened with Deus Ex, the next Deus Ex game?
Oh, okay. What was happening with Deus Ex?
They offered a multi-level incentive program depending
For
on how many pre-orders they got total.
Yeah.
And the internet puked on them.
Yeah,
and they were like, well, fine, fuck the whole thing then. Shit, we're sorry. We'll give everybody everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't get it early or anything, but everybody that gets, any kind of pre-order or a day one copy, you all get all of this shit
all the
that we were
special stuff.
advertising. We're sorry. Please stop yelling at us.
Yeah.
Like, had a boy, Ubisoft. Put your fucking pants up and get back to work, because you guys have been fucking up for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, to recap what I was saying,
The new Assassin's Creed, we promise it'll be slightly more broken than the last one.
but,
And this time, we won't even try to fix it.
Brian, continue.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna recap what a flat rate for the job. Voice acting. Sound effects is a separate job that should be paid, and some percentage of the revenue. If it exceeds a certain amount and does well, then you get a bonus.
That's what I was about to propose. Is you put like mile markers out there. Be like, here's a bonus for 100,000 copies sold. Here's a bonus for 200,000 copies sold.
Or even better, everyone has to use Kickstarter, and that's it. Because fuck the community. That's why. Y'all are pains in the asses.
All right.
And it's your fault.
Oh, crap.
Brian's.
Damn it.
What?
I wanted to do that hand thing. I don't think I have the...
Oh, you had some sort of hand thing.
All right. Well, that'll be
We could do it at a later date.
Yeah, that'll be next.
Aaron has
episode.
some sort of torture he wants to subject me to.
Oh no.
I don't know what it
Oh
is.
no, indeed.
I think, if I remember correctly, it involves a blindfold, a plastic bag in my hand.
No blindfold.
Okay, no blindfold.
No plastic bag either.
What the fuck is it then?
It involves your hand.
In all fairness to me, I believe I was intoxicated. What was explained to me the first time.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Well, we were all intoxicated.
Yeah, but you took notes.
Yeah. Okay, so it involves your hand,
Got that?
a rubber glove,
Okay.
a towel, a box of some sort,
Handcuffs and a saw.
and paintbrushes,
Play a game. Yeah.
and one other item that shall not be mentioned.
All right. Fuck it. Move on then.
All right. What was that?
So signal for the next segment.
right.
Fucking move on.
All right.
That's the audio I've got that I've been working on.
Okay, so
I like how it's coming along, Brian.
new segment that we're going to possibly try and make a reoccurring segment. Shit is crazy in Russia.
Yes. Shit is most definitely crazy in Russia. I would like to go to Russia and observe the crazy shit that happens there.
Yeah.
I subjected Brian and Aaron to Russian videos of just shit happening in Russia.
Yes. And wow, is everybody drunk?
Yeah.
Like,
Vodka.
holy crap.
Car crashes, just not a shit given.
Yeah.
Tanks running up the road right next to cars going through the snow and shit, and people are like, bleat.
I saw a video where a woman is being attacked by a bear, and somebody throws an empty vodka bottle at the bear, hits it in the face, and makes it run away.
Yeah, well, bears know better.
And this is in the city! Like, what the fuck is going
There's
on?
also, from what I'm aware, there's large packs of wild boar that run through Moscow.
Did you ever hear about the dogs? The wild dogs that live
Oh, yeah.
on that, like, outskirts of cities?
Yeah.
But they've learned to use the trains to go into the inner city during the day, collect food and stuff,
Yeah.
and then leave at night.
They caught a lot of issues during the I think Winter Olympics because Russia it was documented that they were on mass scale slaughtering the feral dog population.
Oh,
it wouldn't
yeah, I
be
heard about
so
that.
obvious.
Yeah. Man.
Russia's nuts. It's got to be a great place to vacation.
If you like the cold.
It's like, so what's on your itinerary today? I'm just gonna go outside and stand on the sidewalk. Crazy shit's gonna happen all around me. It's gonna be fantastic.
It reminds me, have you guys heard of Fresh Off the Boat?
Yeah.
Eddie goes to fucking Russia. And one of the only things I remember is him drinking vodka somewhere, and then later, he's puking in the bathroom, and the Russian dude just like, "No, America, this Russia," just while he's puking in the toilet.
Oh man. All right. Well, next time we bring this up, we'll have
Better prepared.
more of
examples or
a singular topic for each time we talk about it.
Like this week on
Exactly.
Russia's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
I've subscribed to a YouTube channel called Meanwhile in Russia.
Yeah. I wanted to call the segment "Meanwhile in Russia," but I didn't want
Bite their style.
exactly. Didn't want to do that. So Russia's fucking crazy.
Well, you know what we could do? It doesn't have to be Russia. I mean, I don't want to like single any country out. Just
Yeah, but I mean, it seems to be the funnest.
Russia's pretty fucking
just
crazy.
call the segment "Somewhere in Bumfuck Egypt," and it could be anywhere.
That's derogatory
And then we'll
to Egyptians.
intentionally never cover Egypt.
It is not. It's Just derogatory in general.
All right. Well, we can. Well, we're gonna work on this segment, people.
Yeah, we'll flesh it out.
We'll.
Flesh it out.
Yeah.
Flesh it out! I tried to pop my thumb and I popped my wrist. Sometimes life goes weird.
Okay. Let's talk about Flocka.
Yeah.
We also watched some videos.
I exposed them to some videos of people on Flocka.
On Flocka.
Woohoo!
And
There's one guy in particular making sounds like that while he scoots along his ass, and then when a cop comes by, he picks up the pace and scoots quicker.
yeah.
And it's going to come back. It's going to come back to both of you at some point.
Oh my god.
You're going to hear a Mario sound. He's going to be like, "Wah!" You're like, that fucking guy.
That was the best of all the videos.
Anyway, it's a drug they're having a lot of problem with in Florida right
Yeah. Any idea where it might have originated?
now. Oh, probably in Florida.
No, I mean, well,
Somebody's kitchen.
No, they said it was
in
a designer
Florida.
drug, so it probably comes from China or something.
Maybe.
I mean, there was.
They called it a designer drug. I mean, anything is a designer drug.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
It's a broad,
If it-
overused fucking term.
if it takes a chemist to
I-
make it, then it's a designer drug.
Yeah, fair enough. I heard it was like methamphetamine, MDMA, and something else all put together.
Huh.
Well, that one thing that we watched, the guy said it was just in the same family
Yeah,
because it's an amphetamine.
True,
but
but
that guy didn't.
But I had heard of it being a mixture of different drugs as well.
That guy didn't seem like he knew what he was fucking talking about.
Yeah, guy's just a talking point guy. But
Yeah.
I'm an old white man, and
This will
I'm gonna
give you
say
a heart attack.
I'm gonna say the things that middle-class white families want to hear about this.
I'm a doctor. I got my doctorate from the Christian Sciences Academy.
Oh, but
Dinosaurs lived 4,000 years ago.
that shit's nuts.
What?
The Flocka?
Flocka?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about dinosaurs.
Well, that shit's nuts
They
too.
were nuts.
Well,
And lizards.
uh,
Mostly lizards.
No, they were birds.
some of them were, yeah, yeah.
There's I believe there's one bird species alive right now that technically is a dinosaur.
Which one is that?
I don't recall.
Why not?
But it's got the 4 holes in the head characteristic of all
Oh,
dinosaur
yeah,
species.
yeah.
I want to know what it is.
Dino bird.
Damn it.
It's called a DD. It's like a dodo, but dumber. Why you
Somebody
gotta be
say
the one
something.
Well, you're the one that went on like a little subdivision with your phone. Fuck, I'll look it
Well,
up. You move to the next topic.
Fine. Okay. So, the past 2 weeks or so, me, my girlfriend, Trapper,
Okay.
I don't know about Brian. Brian, probably not so much. But we've been revisiting shows that we have already watched. And, just watching them again because they're fucking awesome.
I started watching Gotham on Netflix. Does that count?
How is it?
Okay.
It's good so far. I watched like the first.
Let's talk
episodes.
about Gotham. Because I've watched some of Gotham too.
Don't talk too much about it. I've only seen the first 4 episodes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't watch too much. I think I saw like episode 6, maybe. Maybe. But I feel like it has potential, but it's just not where I want it to be at this beginning part of it.
I don't like how in the show I think Selena Kyle is older than Bruce Wayne. When in the comics I don't think she is.
I can't tell if they're supposed to be older or not. He's like 12.
Yeah.
She might be 14, so she might be older. But
She looks older. Girls mature early. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. I don't like the writing. Everything just seems way too cliche.
Well, it's a CW show, isn't it?
Brian?
I don't know. I do get that vibe from it, though.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have against it.
CW kind of picks up on them DC things. And
Yeah. Everything's just way too...
shitty?
Well...
non-complex?
no.
Out of order?
No.
I'm just trying to help you out here. Fuzzy?
Everything's telegraphed. Like... These stories are just like... I've heard and seen it all before.
Yeah.
Nothing so far has surprised me.
No, nor will it.
I don't know.
That's not the point.
Well, that's not the point,
That's
but
not the point.
It's visually appealing, and like so far, I feel like they've done a good job. Is it great? Is it like mind blowing? No, but it's good. It's a good watch.
I feel it needs work. I heard something interesting that makes me want to watch further on. That possibly season 3, they might incorporate the Court of Owls kind of storyline, and so I want to see what they do with that.
Might be a bit early for that, but all right.
Well, not necessarily. Just they're going to incorporate that into the storyline. Not necessarily. They're not going to bring up that that storyline that you see in the comic books. But
they're going to make their own blah 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 blah.
Yeah, there'll be Talon more than likely, and
I haven't seen enough of it, but I will say that I'm curious to see, where it goes.
Yeah, I do like the actor they got to play Eckhard. Whatever the fuck it, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Do I?
The stereotypical dirty cop.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
I like him. I think he does a good job. And I do like the Penguin. Like, from the things that I've seen that he does, he's a brutal little shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I did definitely have feelings while watching it, being like, not only does it visually make me think of the Penguin, but he's doing a good job.
yeah, like
Oswald Cobblepot.
I like that.
DeVito's always going to be the Penguin.
Well, yeah, no, that's the best Penguin. The only person that I can think of that could ever do that role the justice it deserves.
Yeah, but as a young Penguin.
Well, yeah, exactly. As a young Penguin, this kid works. He does the job. He's got the face for it.
I'll have to give it a watch.
It's interesting how they have all these characters that they're very obviously hinting to people that aren't really familiar to the whole storyline of Batman and his the villains. Just kind of
gallery.
Yeah. Saying their names and making little comments like, oh, what is that guy, the Riddler, the guy that ends up becoming the Riddler,
Edward
what's
Nygma?
he do? Well, yeah, but he's like crime scene investigator or like something like that, who in the show.
I don't know.
Oh, well, basically, they make comments to him like, just tell me what happened, don't give me a fucking riddle type of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, didn't see that coming. Yeah.
I don't know. The plot line and stuff like that isn't something I've thought about in years, so maybe it's just a lot more interesting for me. Because I forget everything.
Yeah.
And since it's been so long, It's like, oh, okay.
Aaron, McCall, and myself have been rewatching House.
Yeah.
And
You ever watch House?
Yeah, a little bit.
Last night, I think it was at the bar. They were talking about it, and in my head, I'm like, la 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 la. Like, I don't remember these things, and I don't want to remember them until they happen again. Stop talking.
Yeah, totally.
The show's so good. Hugh Laurie is plays that part fucking
Everybody
perfectly.
might have sarcoidosis.
Oh man, yeah. You need to watch fucking Nip Tuck.
You need to watch Nip Tuck.
I've seen it
Shut up, then.
several times. You need to watch it.
I also need to watch Mad Men.
Yeah, I've heard Mad Men is really good.
I watched the first episode, and then I moved on to something else.
I recommend it, but it's not super exciting.
I don't know. The premise just doesn't.
We're
It doesn't grab me. You know, like okay, it's
at
What?
people in what the early
Yeah.
60s.
yeah, or 50s probably. I think.
I don't think it's in the 50s.
No?
No, it starts in the 50s.
Well,
I
like
think. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I remember that being something that like surprised me. I thought it was going to be earlier, and then it ended up being like the very early 60s or something like that.
I don't know. It just.
I mean, yeah, if it's not interesting to you, then it's not interesting to you. I mean,
Yeah.
it's about culture in the 50s and 60s and about advertising the 50s and 60s and you know, the workplace back then and social issues and stuff like that. And, you know, the advertising of that time, you know, is, you know, the foundation for American life in a way.
Those are all things that I don't find myself caring about in the modern era.
Yeah.
I don't like much in the way of commercials. I can think of two commercial types that I actually enjoy, and that's the Most Interesting Man Alive commercials from Dos Equis.
Yeah.
And Terry Crews's fucking odor blocker body wash commercials.
Well, you know that
Because those are just bizarre as shit.
But those are good commercials.
we come from a place where, like, you know, we're not interested in commercials. We're not interested in, you know, the mainstream, things like that.
Yeah.
So when we see a commercial that has, you know, obvious meme or troll potential, then clearly we're interested.
Yeah.
We were talking about before.
That's a question.
Oh, yeah, TV shows. Okay, speaking of TV shows, I don't know if I know you're a bit familiar with The Watchmen.
Only saw the movie.
You only saw the movie. What about you, Brian?
Nope.
No?
I don't know.
You know anything about The Watchmen?
Nope.
You're the comic book reader here.
Yeah. Okay. So for anybody, for Brian,
Heard it was really good. Made a mental note. That was meaningless.
Threw out my mental notepad. Poured coffee on it. Whoops.
I wasn't talking to that Brian. I was talking to that Brian.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Universal Brian.
Yes. So, The Watchmen is a comic book series. I think it's like 12, maybe 13 of them. That came out in like the, I think, early 80s.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. It's a Frank Miller work.
Yeah, made by DC. It's a
Made
really...
by Frank motherfucking Miller.
Published by DC.
Miller.
DC Miller?
Frank Miller.
Frank DC Miller?
Sure.
All right. It's very interesting take on the whole superheroes, crime fighting vigilante ideas of, you know, from the comic books, and it portrays them as being, you know, real people that take up the mantle of, you know, whatever their, you know, superhero is going to be, and they fight crime, and
Like a whole one of them has powers.
Yeah, there's only one of them that has powers. And, Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. Well, Ozymandias is pretty goddamn smart. Like, you could...
Well, yeah.
you could be
He's
like,
very
"That's a
smart.
superpower. You're pretty goddamn smart."
But, yeah. But, yeah, there's a lot of, kind of public pushback and government regulation type stuff going on in the storyline. I don't want to get into all that, but it's really good. It's kind of a mystery of like who's killing
this shit anyway. You're just gonna be like, they're making a TV show. They're thinking about it at the end of your thing here.
Yeah,
I just shut you down. Move on.
you did. Okay, so HBO is thinking about possibly making a TV show, and I would love to see what HBO does with this TV show.
Good. I hate reading.
Words, paper.
Like they don't know exactly what they're going to do yet, whether they're going to just redo the comic book, or do a prequel or a sequel. I don't see what they could do with a sequel.
Yeah.
I feel like
The Adventures of Dr. Manhattan.
well, it's Dr. Manhattan, but he wouldn't, like, at the end,
Damn.
he's not going to be going and fighting crime. He doesn't care.
It could make an interesting story, though. Him coming back and trying to, be like, it wasn't me. Like, I know that I'm being used as the prime villain here, but it actually wasn't me. I just needed you guys to unify, and we used me as a catalyst to make that happen by making me out to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
That might be interesting. But at the end of the Watchmen, most of the Watchmen were killed.
Sure.
And
Bring him back!
you can't.
Big blue buddy just back.
Yeah, have the main villain
Maybe.
use a reanimation jutsu.
There's no way that guy's not a god. He left to create another world.
Well,
He could just bring back Rorschach. It's the only character anybody remembers anyway.
Rorschach is the best character.
Low rent Wolverine, motherfucker.
Low rent Wolverine.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Wolverine type character. Like, goddamn it, I'm gonna do this because it's right, but it's also in my way, and I kind of don't wanna.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. He's my favorite character. He's just brutal, to the point, and I don't know.
And then after he died, he became Freddy Krueger.
Sad story.
Mm.
Yeah. It might be interesting to see them do a prequel.
Nope. They should just do the thing and do it good,
No, they could do a prequel. It'd be like The Sandlot,
like Game of Thrones.
No.
but with kids beating up bullies and shit.
Well, no, it would more than likely be the original Minutemen that they started out with. The original superheroes, or the original people that started out being superheroes and their kind of stories.
I find myself almost dumbfounded by how little of a shit I give about this.
Well, it's good, and you should check it out. Comic book. Or maybe find that thing that I was talking about the other night with the animated comic book. Watch that.
Oh, so that somebody reads a comic book to me?
Well, it's animated.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I still haven't gone through your Batman Judge Dredd comic book that's right there.
Yeah, I know. You need to read that.
I skimmed it.
It's good.
Looked at a lot of the art.
There's some funny shit in there.
What else we got?
Well, all I got left are poop jokes.
Like, I was hoping it wouldn't devolve at this point.
Uh,
We haven't even crested an hour yet. You got 10 minutes worth of poop jokes?
well, I don't have poop jokes. I just have, why is poop funny? Trapper, why is poop funny?
It's not.
No, it is.
There ain't nothing funny about it.
Poop and farting Pee, not so much. But it's always been funny. The first ever recorded joke was a fart joke.
Tell it.
It doesn't really make... It's not funny now.
Tell it in the context of the time that it was told.
It was something like... The closest he got to his madam was she farted in his lap. Or something like that.
That's not funny.
Well, yeah, that's what I just said. It wasn't funny now.
Might have been funny if you had a better delivery.
Well, I don't... Ah.
Pardon me, good sir. Have you heard the one about the man who farted on his madam's lap? No, something.
That's not funny.
Okay, but why? Why is poop funny?
It's not.
It's not.
But it is.
Sure, if you like, pink eye or...
It's not funny. It's a pain in the ass.
It doesn't have to be a pain in the ass,
It
Brian.
depends on what you eat.
Yeah. You gotta eat better.
So I need to clean out my intestines. I better mow down some pine cones.
Ooh.
I was trying to be obnoxious and make a joke worse than Aaron's. It worked.
You could have gone with this is a shitty topic. That would have been...
Yeah, that's good too.
Poop ain't funny.
Poop is so funny.
You got some German in your ancestry. Germans love poop.
Germans do love poop.
Except Brian here.
Yeah.
He's from the non-Poopstenstein family of Germans.
Non-Poopstenstein?
Non-Poopstenstein.
Non-Poopstenstein.
Never pooped in steins.
What is a stein?
It's like a big cup with a
Really?
lid on it.
Oh. That kind of stein.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing you can flail around like this and not have your drink go everywhere.
Yeah, it's a beer cup.
With the lid on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Tell a reason why poop is funny. Why poop funny?
because it makes people laugh.
Only when somebody else is thoroughly enough disgusted by it.
Well, I think that
Like Steve-O, fucking, I'm pretty sure one of the last times we had practice, he probably shat out a dead cat and its box and tried to flush that down the toilet, and it fucking stank. And now the only reason it was funny is because of my goddamn reaction, because I had to go in there right after he got out of there. So other people laughed. I personally grew a little further away from finding poop funny at that point.
laughing at someone else's pain, yes, the Germans do have a word for that.
And what is it?
I forgot.
The Germans have a word for that.
Yeah, just, adding some validity to what Trapper said earlier.
I think I saw something online that somebody actually did what I thought about back in the day.
What's that?
They opened up a Waffle House called Luftwaffle.
Somebody did that?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you want to do it first.
What the fuck is Luftwaffle?
Pancakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a pretty good name for a Waffle House.
The Luftwaffe.
The Luftwaffe.
The German
for...
the Nazi SS whatever troop. I think they were a tank troop, the Luftwaffe.
Oh!
But
Well then.
you just take out the waffle and put in waffle. And I found enjoyment out of that.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah,
It's terrible, Trapper.
Pancakes. Get it?
Flattened. That tank.
So,
So what?
anything new in your life?
No. Anything new in yours? No. How about Brian? Nah.
No.
See? Now we still got 5.5 minutes we gotta fill before we even make it to an hour.
God damn it!
You guys watch season 5 of Walking Dead?
I did.
No, I have not yet.
What do you think?
It picked up.
Yeah, I liked it.
I gave up on at the end of season 4. That's Pat and Tori, some people that Aaron and McCall hang out with.
Yeah.
We're like, you guys gotta give it a chance. So I gave it a chance, figuring they'd probably give it a chance. And then they didn't give it a chance. and I liked it.
All right.
It got better. Now I'm looking forward to the next season. I've also been watching that Fear the Walking Dead.
Is that good?
Is that the prequel?
It's all right.
Yeah, the prequel.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I've got the latest episode on my computer. I haven't watched it yet. But
You'll have to give me that. Wait, just the latest one?
Yep.
How many are there
6.
so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of my problem. Was it took till season 5 to reach some of the I don't know, social states that they're in, for lack of a better way to describe it. Just some of the situations.
Mm-hmm.
It took till the end of season 5 for me to like see certain, aspects of the psychological nature of what would happen in certain situations, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to season 6. I mean,
Yeah.
it's about time it finally kind of got somewhere that wasn't just running around in the woods and zombies doing what they do and humans doing what they do.
That's why I had gave up on it. It was just the same shit.
I'm sure Brian will love that.
You're welcome, Brian.
Yep.
Okay, well then I guess I'll watch season 5 and then...
Report back.
And well, then we can have an in-depth conversation about what happened.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, what's the timeline? How long has it been since the outbreak? Because how long could you reasonably assume that a zombie would continue functionality? That's my biggest issue with the show. The zombies, they probably shouldn't be moving around that much at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, when you see them, they're not even gooey anymore. They're just all dry.
they do make an effort to kind of show what zombies look like in different situations, like when they've been stuck in water for a really long time.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
I like that quite a bit. Or,
Did they show that in season 5? Or
Yeah.
are you talking about what happened in season...
No, they show it in season
We're talking
5.
about season 5.
Okay.
They deal with decomp in a few ways in season 5 that they hadn't done in previous seasons. But it's still... Well, they're still just too goddamn gooey.
They did have a like waterlogged zombie in, I think it was season 3 or 2 maybe, when they were at the farm. And there was like a zombie in the well.
Yeah.
And they were like trying to pull it up, and
I
then it
recall.
split in half. I wanted to see more zombies like
I
that.
feel like it must be about a year or maybe a year and 3 months, because when did it start? Did it start in like summer or spring, and then now it's like summer again?
Something.
Well, it's got to be longer than that.
Yeah, did they go
Because-
through a winter?
Yeah, they went through.
Remember winter? It's got to slow them down.
Yeah.
You think it'll slow them down a little bit?
I think the first 2 seasons didn't have a long period of time in between or anything like that. And then after season 3, they spent like 6 months. They
skipped ahead.
Yeah, at the farm.
Season 5 picks up right after season 4. Like
Well, yeah, it has to, because they're in that fucking train car at the end of season 4. Or no. Okay, season 2 does the 6-month thing where they're at the fucking farm,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then they also have a winter in the fucking the jail, the prison.
yeah. Is another winter though? How long were they at the prison though? Reasonably.
They were there for a bit.
Yeah, they were there for a good while.
Yeah, maybe it's been more like 2 years. I don't know. Zombies are ridiculous anyway, but
I know, but for whatever reason, I tend to try to apply logic to them.
Well,
me too.
Even though I know it's going to be met with disastrous results.
and
I feel like maybe they could have made more of an effort to. Well, they kind of did. They kind of didn't.
I would have liked to have seen any level of mutation.
I
all.
want to see mutation. I would love to see
Not
mutation.
just that, but like to explain why they just haven't stopped functioning.
Yeah.
One explanation that I kind of think about is like, communities that, maybe were more recently kind of overtaken, because then you've got fresh zombies,
Yeah.
or just that the zombies continually are able to find food somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense either.
Well, I mean,
Do they eat animals? They eat animals, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't see them being very good hunters.
no.
There just needs to be an explanation. Like, I mean, the zombies could eat anything, rotten meat. Probably it would all it'd all be fine. So, like, I don't know, like.
But
Generally, most zombie...
what parts of their bodies are even functioning?
Yeah.
Like, why are they eating? I guarantee they're not digesting anything. I mean, they're dead.
Well, that's kind of the thing. Like, zombies wouldn't just eat like that. Generally, in most zombie, myth or lore or whatever you want to call it at this point, because it's still fresh and new, basically. So you can't really call it lore without it. I don't personally feel that you can call any zombie mythos a lore.
Okay, but there are.
But generally,
there are
the
shit
goal
storylines that go back.
The goal isn't just to eat; it's to propagate the virus.
Yeah.
So eating what you catch to completion wouldn't even make sense anyway, because then you're not propagating the virus.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I never understood was...
I did like that about World War Z. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah.
And you, Brian?
Yep.
How they would just bypass sick people.
Yeah.
I also like who the guy at the WHO facility.
At the WHO facility?
Yeah, WHO, World Health Organization facility.
Okay.
The guy who worked there is currently Doctor Who.
Nice.
Shit.
I broke your train.
Thought. Oh, yeah. Okay, so one thing that always bothered me about older zombie movies was you have to shoot them in the head and do damage to the brain to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
And what did all the zombies want to eat?
Brains.
Brains.
But that only started at like the third in the Living Dead movies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
But still, it's just, it just doesn't make any sense.
The original ones didn't have that. Like the first couple.
Yeah.
Romero movies didn't say shit about brains.
Yeah, no.
And then Romero's, makeup guy decided to make his own movie. And one of the lines in that was somebody going, brains! And then it, propagated and became brains throughout the 80s.
Romero made some goddamn good zombie movies.
Sure. I even like the remake of the original.
With the mall?
No, the remake of the original in the house.
Oh, wait, there's a remake of that?
Yeah. Has the guy that played Candyman in it.
I've never even seen that. When was that made?
Early 90s.
Huh. What's it called? Just the same
Night
thing?
of the Living Dead.
I have to find that.
Yeah. The first one had Barbara, the black and white one.
Yeah.
They remade that.
One Halloween, I had a really, really good time. I had a small amount of mushrooms and watched a redubbed version of Night of the Living Dead, but it was called Night of the Tripping Dead. And instead of them being zombies, the main character, the black guy, he is the world's best Jerry Seinfeld impersonator. And all the zombies are people coming to his house to apply to be his apprentice, but they're all coming way too early. They're supposed to show up in the morning and not that night. And he's boarding up the house being like, No, I told you have to come in the morning. It was the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever seen. It was hilarious.
I might have to find and watch that.
Oh, it was really good.
Well, we made it past an hour.
Yeah.
I feel that it would be good of us to put on our, itinerary for future episodes to have a zombie episode.
Okay.
Because we could carry this on quite a bit further than we have.
Oh, yeah. You want to do that for episode 27? 27?
What episode are we on now?
We're on 17.
Something fancy supposed to happen on 27?
Well, back on 15.
Something was supposed to happen on like 23 or something.
No, I think it was 27.
Alright, fair enough. Fine, yeah, we'll do that.
Yes, that'll give us plenty of time to prepare.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, jingle us out.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby.
Mattress World.